This is Zhang Ke from Standardarchitecture. We are a young generation Chinese architecture firm, but we also do some other design works that's related to architecture and urbanism. We have now about 40 people, half from outside of China, half of us are from China. For me, it means to invent a lot of stories that inhabitable for people. So it's architecture for me is a media that to bring our fantasies, our daydreams into reality, and also to make our cities more interesting. It's always related to our time. For China, when I was a student, I already thought, it's already naive nowadays to think that architects can save the world. It's naive and old-fashioned, but because we are architects in China, no matter if you are from China or not, it's a country that's undertaking this incredible urbanization process. That's why the role of architects, we cannot excuse ourselves from responsibility, from how much resource we are using, such as land resource and everything. So that's why I think we should be also think of our responsibilities nowadays. Besides the fact, despite the fact that we no longer believe that we can save the world, but we can definitely make the world more interesting and more sustainable. To be less guilty of our profession. That's why I think we consider buildings not as merely an answer, but most of the time we think of inventing something that's not make our building fitting into existing typologies, but I think to invent objects, to invent spaces, to invent something that never existed before, because we are provided with all these never existed techniques and materials and even urban situations. That's why it's very exciting. When we as a method, we always learn to forget whatever we have done before. So each project for us is completely different. That's what we think the process becomes more interesting. Otherwise, we would have already given up this whole thing. Well, we always have clients coming to us. I think the first 3-4 years was very difficult because we didn't have projects built. After a while, you get a few projects built, you have credits, and then people come to you. Of course, in this way, it's not active networking. We were pretty passive, I would say, in terms of these things. But in the end, if all of your clients, they are more than happy in the end, they will talk to their friends and things, but these are their networking, not my networking. Of course, it's for everyone. Almost, if I would say the second most important thing besides architecture, because all the ideas are communicated through internet. Whatever we've been doing are somehow communicated with internet and well, everything. one thing you definitely shouldn't do is to stay in one school forever, because that's going to most likely kill you. And if you jump through 2 or 3 different schools, and then you get to know which is the school that fits you best, because some school focus on this the technical part, some focus on the critical part, some simply just try to be alternative for the sake of being alternative. Some is more about scholarship, some is about individuality, some is about academic achievement. So these are all different, but I think the best suggestion is don't stay in one school only. That's what I benefited. I studied in Tsinghua in China, which was very much focused on technical training instead of critical thinking. And then I went to GSD at Harvard, which I think benefits a lot from the way of thinking, from logical way of creating things. But I think most important is I want to say something about professors. I think I learned to doubt about whatever professor says instead of believe in, because don't easily believe in others, because the world is changing so fast. We have to take initiatives, take our own logics. That's very important. Otherwise, you get trapped very easily. I think the most important thing is, I believe every young architect, of course, if you believe you have certain talent or gifts by nature, it's a profession that you have to be gifted somehow. And then if you consider you're gifted, you have to try to start your office as much as possible. I was never happy working for any big offices. I did even small offices. So it's never too early to start off. In terms of running, I think patience and dedication is the most important thing, because you might be not so talented, but in the end, if you insist doing same thing, if you insist of being Zaha Hadid for 30 years, you will be there.